that we are at a tie match at the top. Double gen pop to avoid the deadlock. They do go down. There is a haste status effect. They do have to be careful here. The hatch is going to spawn momentarily. Dead Hard could get them the distance to get it too.
Really smart play on the ace. Oh my god, getting shot through the window.
No longer have distortion, and they are going to teleport here. I think they get there in time. Yes!
Oh, the grab! Yes!
Oh my god!
That is disappointing. This is be a 4-man out because.
Yeah, but they will be able to block this. Yo, getting caught on that. Ace coming with the body block. Oh, they were here.
All right, and we are back with round 2 of qualifier number 2, and I am joined by Avi. How you doing today? It's been a hot minute. Yeah, as in my end, I am very excited as we are going to be seeing Petroleum versus Team Singularity, who basically roster-wise was previously Eviscerate, so two really strong teams here as we are going to be going on the Dead Dog Saloon, and we got, at least as of this moment, a little bit of a Cenobite mirror match coming. Indeed, indeed. Plenty of pins and plenty of heads for him to hook chains too. Yeah, don't think so, but I imagine as the Cenobite here did spawn in main, we are going to see a little bit of home remodeling, though it looks like Pinhead actually out on the prowl for a chase right away. And do want to point out this time around, we are seeing a corrupt intervention. Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting setup here. We got the one in the corner, we have the one in the middle of the street, and then the one by Water Wheel. I do want to note that we did see crows there earlier, and a very early box there by the Ada, though it looks like this might be a little bit of bait, I imagine, though Cenobite with the chains on point will end up getting a hit here on the Ada, I would imagine. Yeah, no, really good start there, and apologies about that, as I forgot I did mute the Discord. So thank you much for chat. Let me know that Avi was still muted, and you know, once again, thank you for being here. You know, as you're saying, you forgot to do X, Y, and Z. I forgot to unmute Discord. So good stuff there.
I get I'm loud. Okay, I get it.
Well.
Go for it.
No, I was gonna say, while we're figuring that out, did see a bit of a head-on there. Really happy to see actually a lot more head-on usage for whatever reason. I'm not sure it's based on the balancing we did or what, but head-on has been like a prime perk that we've seen almost every single match so far, and we've seen some limited value from it, but when it does hit, it does do its job well.
I was gonna say that yesterday in our games we saw a couple head-on plays as well, and there were actually like plays that changed the game by a lot, and I'm happy myself to see some of that, because you know what, head-on can be a game changer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We do see Nancy here now in chase. Cenobite really committing to the chase here in main. Potentially a little bit of a mistake, as we do see the first 2 gens pop off in the distance. Survivors knowing that there is, in fact, no deadlock. Corrupt Intervention just now ending, so this has been a 2-minute chase without any downs, and Cenobite just really committed to trying to get this down, as Nancy will continue to maneuver about the main building. Impaling Wire doing a little bit of work there to delay the chase, but not enough for the Cenobite to actually catch up and get a hit.
I was gonna say those chains are pretty good, but yeah, these survivors are doing fantastic at the runs at the same time. So my goodness, it's a battle over here, but the gens are going. You gotta get this darns. Oh, we're coming to the box now.
Yeah, looks like Ace on the box over there in Gallows, but getting enough distance to get into Shack, dropping Shack out early as well to get a little bit of distance. And looks like they're off to the races back into main.
Back to the strong building of this map. This map could be such a good building for survivors and painful for killers, depending who you are. Majority of the killers say nay to this building. So far, this building is doing some momentum for the survivors. Oh!
And there's the bait out by the Nancy. Cenobite smelling something was up with the Ace going up into main. And this actually could result in the first down, as we do see another set of chains attached to Nancy, though Impaling Wire not able to connect there, as Nancy will be able to make it to the top of main, and Cenobite going, you know what, maybe I should drop chase after all.
Yeah, so look, we might get something here though, unless she's got. Oh wait, she. Oh my God, yeah, they're getting so much good use of this building. It's so cursed.
Yeah, they really are, but we will see it down there at the pallet, but Cenobite now having to be a little bit wary of a survivor coming in for a pallet save, but looks like even if they were attempting it, they are not there in time.
Yeah, we got our first look at 2 gens. Very, very, very scary for Cenobite here, but we never know. It could be a table-turning situation. We'll see.
I do want to note there, we did see the damage generator score event, so that there is in fact a Scourge Hook Pain Resonance coming in. So as of right now, only being aware of Scourge Hook Pain Res and Corrupt Intervention. Survivors otherwise are a little bit unaware of what else this Cenobite might have in store for them, so potentially a late game, end game package.
Yeah, I forget that there's a visual bug for spectators, so I didn't. I was like, where do you see a Scourge Hook? Couldn't see where. And we got the last gen standing. Already 1 gen down. What will we do? I'm assuming maybe camp to get the kill.
It looks like Cenobite wanting to camp this out just a little bit, taking their time as the gen up in main is slowly progressing at 0.3% per second. However, there are scratch marks from the Ace. Looks like an attempt on the unhook here. Chain is going to miss, and that is pretty huge, though we do see a bit of a chain hunt starting here, as they were not able to get the box in time, though Ace now with it in their hand, running from the Cenobite. Cenobite now committed to this chase. The question is, will it matter, as they will get the chains on Ace there at the end of the tile, but question is, will they be able to get there in time to get the hit?
Oh Lord, yeah, this is gonna be a big old battle. Just, you know, those chains are so painful. When someone's in chase with that box, it sucks for it because the chains still go, but the person who's holding, there it is. Yeah, it wouldn't matter anyway. That gen is gone.
Yeah, last gen, not to mention an adrenaline on the Ace, so a really strategic move from Team Petroleum Survivor team. And right now it's looking like that the very most we're going to see a 1K here against Singularity's Cenobite, as Ace does attempt to go for the slow vault, but unable to do so successfully, as we do see Chain Hunt begin once again.
Yeah, that chain just got the little bit of his little pant leg. Until Ace is at the moment, it's gonna be maybe a little bit of a bait, perhaps. Yeah, but I saw someone in the background. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, this chain hunt, let's get that box. The chain hunt's gonna help a little bit slow down people.
Yeah, just a little bit. However, Nancy, not exactly a chase that the Cenobite actually wants to take, as they have been hooked once before. We do see the exit gates open up, and Cenobite trying to get a 2K here, but not able to connect with those chains. And looks like Glory will come in for the blind block as well, meaning that we are looking at a 3-man out, more likely not, as EGC starts sticking down.
Yeah, it looks like they're leaving. I was say they're gonna heal up or they're gonna leave, but yeah, they decided to just skedaddle.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense here. This is going to be a 1K 4-hook. Ace is going to be fresh on the hook and progressing 2 stages. That is that if they aren't going to be blocked here by the inner workings of Dead Dog Saloon. But they do successfully get it, and that there will end trial number 1 with a pretty one-sided victory here for Team Petroleum, as they are currently 18-9 in favor of the Survivor team. Their killer coming up as a Cenobite as well is going to need to get a 1K 5 hook in order to secure victory at any point in time. So honestly, pretty obtainable and might be a huge play here by Petroleum.
Very, very fun, very good. That chase at the beginning was super strong.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They used main building to a absolute T, so was really excited to see that. We'd love to see strong survivor play, but with that being said, we are going to go on a quick break as we got this next lobby set up in just a moment. But before we do go, we do want to remind everyone here today that we are partnered with Pugdom. Pugdom is a Dead by Daylight competitive community very similar to Champions of the Fog. In fact, they are hosting Group B, the entirety of it, not just half of it, not just a part of it, but the entirety of Group B, including qualifiers going on right now. So definitely make sure to stop on by, say hi, and drop them a follow, so that way you don't miss a single moment of Champions of the Fog. With that being said, we'll be back in just a bit. All right, and we are back once again, this time with Petro's Cenobite versus Team Singularity Survivor Team. And honestly, the bar for entry here is not all too high. In order for Petroleum to win, they need a 1K 5 hook, which honestly is pretty obtainable, I would think. How about you, Avi?
I agree. I very much agree, especially as I'm sorry, I like to try to find the color of this map. No, but I agree. It's very easily done for sure. But look at this. It's the same, almost the same, corrupt almost as the last game. And I like seeing these mirror games because it's like they're trying to say, let's see how your Cenobite goes against my Cenobite.
Yeah, no, I always enjoy that as well. It's why with qualifiers we do have those killer pools. Cenobite here trying to get the chains on the Shiva, successfully doing so finally, and will get the hit on Hardwell. And looks like we will see a chase start up, moving towards the shack, and another really good chain hit there. And we do see that impaling wire come into play, though the shots do not end up connecting as the Claudette will take a hit and run there with what looked to be a smash hit.
Oh gosh, I don't see smash hit, not even in pubs often. So it's so nice to see it in this type of environment when you actually get it to work at least. It's so good.
Yeah, it seemed very strategic on the Survivor side to try and get a little bit of value there, get some distance for the one that was injured, get some distance for the one that got the pallet stun. However, we do see that the Cenobite going to main with a little bamboozle there. The Survivor may not be aware that they do not have access to that window, and sure enough, they do not. They may not actually be able to get much distance here, though it looks like a balanced landing coming into play, extending the chase much further than I was expecting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, they know how to run this building. Like, people often, like, run this building the wrong way here and there, but they know. Oh! Well, there it is.
Yeah, and I mean, so this is a great example of why head-on is used. That extended chase by astronomical numbers, allowing Shiva to get to the next tile and the tile after that. And we even hear someone on the gallows, though it looks like they will not be able to attempt a pallet stun as Shiva does not make it to the pallet in time. So this here will be the first hook as the first generator does get completed, and looks like we're going to get a little bit of basement action as the Cenobite knows all too well what their win condition is.
Also, looks like that was a deadlock on main building right there, unless that was repressed.
Nope, that was in fact a deadlock. So 2 perks, actually 3 perks known thus far: Deadlock, Bamboozle, and Corrupt Intervention. The last perk yet to be seen by these survivors, so only time will tell, though it does seem that the Cenobite will be camping this out against the Shiva.
Yeah. If there are, well, it's not 5 gens anymore, but if the requirement is still there, he's just gotta do what he's gotta do.
Yeah, I mean, you are not wrong. And looks like they are just going to be hanging out here, especially if Deadlock's slowing things down. It makes a lot of sense to do this, in fact. So we'll see if this works out for them, or if the Survivors are going to come in for a last-minute unhook. Though if you look at the timer, only about 10 seconds are left before the Shiva progresses to the second stage and moves that much closer to being sent back to the campfire via the entity.
Yeah, I don't see any survivors in sight even attempting to go for that save. So unless they're just waiting for that, like you said, the perfect last second moment, or they're just punching at these gens like this one right here. Yep, Rebecca taking on the chase at the outskirts. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's Ada.
I was about to say that there, my friend, is in fact an Ada. Though looks like the Cenobite opting to drop chase, moving back over towards Shack, and we do see the Claudette with the box in hand trying to remove the possibility of a chain hunt activating. And I do want to note here that Cenobite trying to pressure that gen from afar, but unsuccessful in doing so, realizing the range will not get them there. And it looks like we are going to see the full camp out here in basement. Claudette kind of approaching, but not fully committing to that unhook attempt.
Yeah, if it's just by herself, it's going to be a trade-off, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, Cenobite realizes the what they need here, and looks like we will see 2 gens popping off in the distance. I will say, honestly, not sure if this really is the right move here, as keep in mind that, you know, these progressions are going to be worth a little bit you know, less in comparison to the hooks themselves. So, actually, progressions, I believe, actually are the same now I think about it. It's been a hot minute since I've looked at the scorecard. I'm like, oh yeah, scorecard does things automatically. I did this one time, I got it all set up, and now I kind of just press buttons and it works. But with that being said, I think they are in a good position here. They need to get 2 more hooks, though. I still think that there was an argument for them to get another survivor onto a hook much earlier, as they got the progression very early on, and that would have secured them enough points to where if they got another survivor on hook, camped them out to full, they would have secured the win. So interesting that they chose this, but now it means that 2 more hooks will in fact secure the win instead. And we do see Claudette trying to bait the Cenobite past those lockers. Cenobite maybe being a little bit wary of that, as there could be a potential head-on in play.
The locker setup on this tile, this map, this building in general, is actually very anxiety-inducing because they're perfectly lined up with two lockers next to each other, so they could be in either one, and they're all in perfect. Nice, another down. Nice alignment for a perfect head-on.
Yeah, absolutely. However, this will be another hook here, this time on the Claudette, and realistically speaking, all they need to do is camp this Claudette out here, though they do see a survivor really close by with the box in hand and able to get the chain in time to interrupt the solving of the box, meaning that they could potentially get a chain hunt here as well. Not to mention, a hook on the Rebecca would also secure them the win and would move Petroleum into round 2 with a 2-0 victory. And looks like with that chain hunt, we will see a no-ed pop off as well as the final gen.
Unless it's an unbreakable, this is a table turner game right here.
Yeah, this actually is really, really intense. We see the down on the Ada, and without an unbreakable, that does mean this match has been wrapped up. The only possibility of any escape now will be via the hatch. And with that being said, I believe Petroleum will walk away victorious with this hook here.
Oh. Well then.
You know, just saying hi to the Ada.
Just making
it's
sure
what
you're paying
killers
tolerance.
do. Exactly, it's what killers do, right? They like to say hi in the meanest of ways.
But look, this is exactly what I said from last game. We didn't see this kind of turnaround, but the table turned of the game, how it started. Like you think the survivors got this, but look at this now, a 4K.
Yeah, honestly, really well done by the killer. Not really falling into the same trap that we saw before, where the survivors were able to utilize main. I think the change to bamboozle, I'm gonna, as you're spinning around, I'm gonna change screens here, is that gets a bit nauseating for all involved.
Yeah.
But I think that there was actually a huge game changer here for the killer, as we saw main building being so strong for the survivors last match, where this match with bamboozle, it made it a lot weaker. And though we did see head-on use multiple times to extend chase, they just weren't able to extend chase enough without that main building window. And with that being said, that there will wrap things up with a 4K at 5 gens in favor of Petroleum. And with that being said, Petroleum will walk away with the 2-0 record moving into round 3, and Team Singularity with a 1-1 record. As a reminder though, they're not out just yet. If they do secure a 2-1 record, it'll come down to the tiebreakers within challenge, and based on who they won and lost against, it will determine if they do walk away with the second invite from today's qualifiers.
Oh, well done. My goodness. And now to the campfire you go.
Yep, back to the campfire via the entity. But honestly, really fun match, well played to both sides, and congratulations to Petroleum. And with that being said, we are going to see about getting our round 3 set up shortly, but we'll have to wait and see if the other 3 matches have already been completed. With that being said though, before we do go, Avi, are you joining me for round 3 by chance?
I want to say it's another fellow commentator, I believe.
I believe so, at 2 p.m., but if you start before then, you're more than welcome to stay on by between now and then. But if, in instance, you are not here by the time that we do get round 3 started up, where could everyone find you next time you are live?
I am live, not today, but tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. PST, doing some DVDs. So I'll be doing some last minute nonsense and gremlin behaviors, so I'll be there.
Awesome, awesome. Definitely make sure to stop on by and say hi. Drop a follow too. Avi is an amazing person, and we definitely want to support them here.
Thanks.
But with that being said, we are going to go on a little bit of a break. At the very latest, we'll be back at 2 p.m. CST, just 33 minutes from right now, though it is possible we'll get round 3 started very shortly, depending on where the other matches are. This one definitely wrapped up a little bit quickly, both teams being quite proficient on gens and killing alike. But with that being said, we'll be back in just a bit. As always, thank you for joining us today. As you, yes, you, the viewers, are our sponsors. So that as they watch, all the bits that I tip, all the subs that I buy, and of course all the Rogue Energy you buy using the code COTF goes supporting Champions of the Fog and Group A and Group B's prize pools. With that being said, we'll be back in just a bit.
Yes.